The water resistance is great. I would say the battery life is good, and the headphone jack. I don't know if we're making too much about the headphone jack. By the way, you also have to deal with things like this.
Yes.
Which you have in your ears right now.
Yeah, we thought we would look
See.
really good matching.
That's not a Bluetooth
B models.
headpiece.
Yeah, these are Bluetooth. These are Apple's own like kind of twist on Bluetooth. These. I think the headphone jack's a big deal because it's a jack that's been taken away, and you need that still. Maybe we're going to go fully headphone jackless, but there are enough everyday things that the person who's going to reach for is going to feel annoyed. It's kind of like the 12-inch MacBook when it only went to one USB-C. It's the future, but does that have to be right now?
Yeah, certainly Apple thinks it's a dinosaur. Your overall review of the phone, Joanna?
Pretty much the same. The big thing is that I think people need to realize that removing the headphone jack does have some benefits. Number one, the camera. There's more space for better camera, more space for better battery life. The camera, to me, is one of the biggest reasons to upgrade here. I have an iPhone 6s. I wasn't planning on upgrading. I started taking sample shots with this, and now I'm bought a new phone. So I think people really need to look at those two things when they're really considering upgrades. Battery life and camera. Yes, headphone port is kind of a pain.
But the battery life is only 1 to 2 hours more than you are getting. Is that really that much, Scott?
It was enough in using it. We're still doing full battery tests to get me through a day throughout the process of doing this without having to recharge. And we were using them pretty heavily. So I feel like if you just get over that hump, that's useful. It's not I mean, there are a lot of phones with great battery life now. So I don't think it's competing on that super crazy element, but I think it finally gets to, towards the end of the day, fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still going to have a battery case on my phone. Does Apple need to do better on batteries? Absolutely, across the board, especially when it comes to the iPhone. They sell a case for better battery life. They make it.
Well, certainly that's a big reason for the lack of the headphone jack, right? Is real estate, especially in the smaller phones, allows you to have a better battery. I want to read you a couple tweets from viewers. Wow. Does he know what he looks like with those headphones on?
Yes, I do.
His wireless earphones look like broken Q-tips in his ears. Are we all going to get used to this?
Are they saying I look better with them? Is that what, that's kind of what they're saying, right? I mean, I pull them off.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Scott. I'm sorry.
Yeah, this became a meme over the weekend, though. The review was really embarrassing. I knew that these look ridiculous. It just, if you have one in, it looks like a Bluetooth earphone headset that might annoy people. Two in, you look like a hipster jewelry alien. A lot of other. I mean, look on Reddit for other like suggestions.
Yes.
Maybe it's a look some people are going for.
Yeah,
Who knows?
I think maybe it was necessary for things like microphone or antenna. You'll see a lot of other designs. You don't have to go with that one. It's not Google Glass, but these particular ones are a little bit funky looking.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to do the water?
I do.
Now, the lack of a headphone jack makes waterproofing a lot easier, yes?
Easier, yes, but there are some phones out there with a headphone jack that are just as waterproof, if not more waterproof.
That's a thing.
So we're going to do them all, huh?
Here we go.
There you go.
They're all black. We have to keep.
What are we putting in there? It's like a cooking set.
Yeah, we've got 2 iPhone 7s and 2 iPhone 7 Pluses. I've done a bit of water testing over the last week. Very interestingly enough, Apple says will be okay, right? You drop it in the toilet. Actually, this happens a lot. People think it's ridiculous, but it happens a lot. You get splashed in the pool. That's fine. What Apple doesn't want you to do is swim with it. However,
Which you did.
I did, because we don't have to listen to everything Apple tells us to do. And so I was really surprised. You should not do this at home, but I was fine. And so the big thing everyone needs to know is Apple is not going to cover water damage. You come in with a phone that's water damaged, you are not getting a new phone. That is on you. So do not do that.
I've actually had a phone get some water damage. You dunk it in the bag of rice and hope that you take out all the parts that you can. You hope
Did
that
it work?
It did.
Yeah.
Not as well as it did before, but I want you to turn these on. Without
these work?
Without
I mean,
the insurance policy of the bag of
fine.
rice.
So these are actually, Scott, I've got your phone, but
We've all got the
this
same
is the phone I swam with for quite a few hours this weekend.
Wow.
So it's been working fine. That compared to the Galaxy Note 7, that's got a whole other set of issues we probably don't want to talk about right now. But when I swam with that for a really long time, it started to get a little bit wonky. Again, Apple says don't do this. I say don't do this, but it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, you don't want to go in salt water with them. They recommend rinsing it off. And I threw them in the shower, left them in a sink filled with water for a while. Also, the capacitive screens on these, get really skittery underwater. So you can't even, the idea of using them in the shower is not going to happen. But so don't try that
One
either.
last-
And wait to dry them before charging.
Yes.
Big point.
That's a
big
thing.
point.
Yeah,
That's like,
a couple of hours.
That's
Yeah.
good. Last one, tell him to take the cigarette butts out of his ear. They're all aimed at you.
So we're out. I know.
I love
no,
this
I'm the
place.
target. I'm the target.
I love this show.
Seriously. Okay, beat me up. Beat me up.